What is up YouTube, and welcome back to another latest pickups video here on my channel. Now unfortunately I couldn't finish the video that I have planned for this week, which is my ultimate jewelry guide. Essentially I just want to put in a bunch more like care and editing and time into the video, and I just couldn't finish it in time, and I didn't want to like rush it or anything. So that's why I thought, why not just throw in a quick latest pickups video. And it's not that much stuff because most of my money goes into like fabrics and kind of different tools and different stuff. But kind of looking at it right now, I'm really happy with all of the pickups, and that's the most important thing. But without much more talking, let's get straight into the video. Let's get it. Alright, so starting out with 3 pickups from Colors Clothing Company. We first of all have this really beautiful raw denim right here. It's super baggy, it's really baggy, and it's a little bit long for me. And there still is like a super baggy version, like a even more baggy version. And I don't know, I think this for me personally would be like a super baggy cut. I don't need anything more baggy. And I wasn't even planning on getting this. It was supposed to be a gift, but the person then actually got a raw denim for himself. Like, kind of terrible timing right here, but I bought these on sale. Like, they had a huge sale going on, and it was like, I don't know, I think like 60 euros for a really high quality pair of a raw denim, and I just didn't want to send that back. So I thought, I don't have a raw denim myself, why not just keep it? Now, if you remember from my latest pickups, I can't be trusted with ordering like gifts and presents, because I also got something for myself. As I said, they had a huge sale, and I found these really beautiful cargo pants. Once again, super huge and super baggy, and they are so insanely long. Like, I know I'm not the tallest guy, but I don't know who the f can wear this, but I still really like them, and I didn't want to send them back once again. And that's why I just added these like kind of drawstrings at the bottom, so I can kind of cuff them. The only problem is that on one side the drawstring actually kind of ripped out already. Yeah, I need to fix it, but I just didn't have the time so far. But I really like those. I thought they were more of kind of like a parachute vibe, because that's what I was looking for. But they are pretty heavy, so not exactly what I was looking for, but still like a really cool pair of like cargo pants essentially, which I don't own many, so really nice pair and I love it. And last but not least, for Colors Clothing, I got this beige kind of knit balaclava. I haven't actually gotten to styling it, and I don't really know how I would style a balaclava, but to be honest, I just like the vibe of it, and I actually use it whenever I ride my bike. Like, whenever I'm going to work with my bike, this is literally perfect, especially for like the colder days, and it's so convenient, so I'm really happy with the pickup. Moving on, we then got a bunch of beanies. I kind of entered my beanie phase. I don't know, I never had like any beanies. Right now it's not as crazy as it was, but I had got so much beanies. But to be honest, I'm actually pretty happy with me having this phase, because now I actually own like a good basis, good amount of beanies. And the first one is actually like a custom made one. I ordered this like blank brown beanie, and then I literally added these like gemstones and these pearls. And this is kind of the color scheme of the stars from Tyler the Creator's album Call Me If You Get Lost. And yeah, I just thought these like pastel kind of colors would be really cool on sort of like a gemstone design like this. I then also got this red beanie where I also wanted to add some gemstones, pure white gemstones, so it's like red and white with kind of like a star snowflake type design, but I haven't actually had the time to make it yet. Or right now it's just like this blank red beanie. Then I saw some videos about actually making your own beanies and kind of recycling old hoodies or old sweaters to make beanies. I actually made a video on this as well, so if you're interested, go check that out. I made 4, but kind of my favorite is this one right here, which was like this blue kind of, I don't know, it's like an H&M or some sweater with this like Oregon print. On the sweater it's kind of corny, but for the beanie I actually like it a lot. And also the color is just really beautiful for these like streetwear fits. And last but not least, for the beanies, we have these 2 right here from Omniworld. And I actually ordered them like 4 or 5 months ago, but it was like a pre-order, and they also shipped from the States. Omniworld, if you don't know, super dope streetwear brand from the United States. And yeah, we got this kind of like forest design, like this tree branch kind of going across the beanie, and then we have this like tone and tone Omniworld embroidery. And yeah, I got the green and the brown colorway, and I love those so much. Like this green one, I mean the brown one is cool, but the color is not as crazy. But this kind of green one, I love it so much. It's just like this really nice pop of color in any outfit. Super dope fit. I like wearing those a lot. Next up, I then had my first ever kind of cooperation on YouTube, and shout out once again to Art-E-Ficial for making this possible. And they sent me 3 pieces, which is first of all is kind of like black wash denim right here, and I didn't have a denim like this before. So yeah, really good, and kind of sits beautifully in between the baggy pants and your like regular pants. And I really like this, like the fabric is super soft, and also the wash is really kind of like the fading is just really smooth, and definitely a great basic pair of denim. Then I also got this gray mohair knit sweater, and I really like knit sweaters, and I also really like mohair. This of course is like a kind of poly mohair wool blend, so it's just more comfortable while still having this like fuzzy look to it. Knit sweater season is kind of coming to an end, but I really like wearing this whenever it's like a little colder, for the colder days, and I will definitely be wearing this shit next winter as well. Really beautiful sweater. And for the last piece, we got this black twill jacket right here. It's not actual denim, but it's like a really heavy twill, and this one is such an amazing jacket. Actually, I'm kind of learning to love it more and more. I'm really surprised actually on how good it is. I don't know, it's just a basic black jacket, but it's so amazing and I like it so much. We got like this beautiful double zip, which is something I always appreciate. The sleeves are not really tight, they are kind of a bit more loose fitting, which I really like, and the crop on this is really perfect. And to make it even more comfortable, we got this kind of viscose lining on the inside that really like feels like satin. And I think I might even get a few different colorways of this for myself. Yeah, once again, really can recommend the brand Art-E-Ficial. Go check it out if you want to. Alright, so then I actually made my first ever like own jacket. Like, I've always been kind of afraid of sewing a jacket, but I finally got to it and I really love how this came out. It's essentially this reversible Harrington style jacket. We got this kind of brown beige plaid design. On the inside we then have this white on white pinstripe design with this beautiful red, burgundy red backprint and this kind of like brown contrasting color, as well as the cuffs and the waistline here. Really dope jacket. If you like, go ahead and check out kind of the making of this jacket if you're interested, of course. And yeah, for my first jacket, I'm really proud of this. I really love it. Next up, I then picked up this watch right here, which is a Casio kind of, I don't know the exact name, but it's like a vintage model. And I really like it. I didn't expect it to be this small kind of, but to be honest, it is like a more vintage looking model. I really don't mind it, like especially after wearing it for some time. I really don't mind it being a little smaller. And if you know the brand Casio, the watch itself is actually none too crazy. Like, it has a quartz movement and a mineral glass, so really kind of the cheapest specs that you could have on a watch, but definitely a really cool like accessory. And also, like, I don't own a watch yet, and I thought this one is really cool and I like it a lot. And by the way, if you want to get into watches, I myself am completely new to watches as well, but I think Casio, like, this watch was 50 euros, so there's not much to kind of waste here. So Casio, I think, is the perfect beginner brand and the perfect brand to check out if you want to get a watch but you don't want to make a huge investment yet. So go check it out. Really slept on accessory in my opinion. Next up, we then have something fashion unrelated, which is, you can already see it in the background right here, is the Bully vinyl by Kanye West. The vinyl of his new album. I pre-ordered it and I also waited like with listening to the album until I got it, and it took a bunch of time. Like, it got delayed so many times, but it finally arrived and I really messed with the album. What sounds terrible at first, but I actually got to liking it, is that kind of the vinyl is very different from the Spotify album. But to be honest, after listening to the different versions a bunch of time, I really appreciate kind of having like 2 variations of the album, and I don't always listen to like the same track list and the same track. And yeah, for now I hung up the cover as a wall art since this spot was really empty, and I think it looks dope. I really like it. Alright, so last but definitely not least, we have kind of not really a pickup, but kind of samples for my upcoming drop. First up, we got this long sleeve right here. Really dope, really beautiful. I'm so happy with the final result of this. It's basically like a burgundy t-shirt, and I got this white print on the front, which is my beautiful girlfriend. And then I also attached these wide waffle sleeves and added some studs here at the connection. And what I really like about this one is that I kind of tapped into my creative freedom. Who stops me from literally just adding like pleats to my sleeves or attaching the waffle sleeves on top of the kind of t-shirt sleeves? Because I don't know, I think it happens really quickly that you kind of get used to these like standards. Like whenever you have this double layered long sleeve, the sleeves are attached below and it's just like a regular sleeve. And even for me, sometimes it's really hard to kind of break out of these rules and kind of try something out. And I really like how this came out, these pleats. They kind of look weird having it like this, but when actually putting it on, it looks really dope, I think, and such an amazing piece. And then we also have this hoodie right here with this all over studded hood and also this kind of ripped out pocket in the front, as well as the kind of cut off waistband. And I think right now it looks a little too clean, too polished, and not really kind of, I want to have some distressing, that's all I'm saying. And I might add this, but I will be dropping a video on how I made those pieces. As you can see, I got the long sleeves already done behind me. Still need to do the hoodies, and I will have the video on this up whenever they are ready. Of course, I would also highly appreciate if you follow my brand on IG, and this way you won't miss the drop. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Those are all of my kind of recent pickups, and I definitely do not regret any of those pickups. Really happy. And yeah, I mean, let me know your favorite piece down in the comments below. And with all of this being said, thank you so much guys for watching it all the way to the end. Thank you so much for supporting this channel, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. I'm out.